Shut up and sit down.
The MSI GS63VR Stealth Pro is a desktop replacement in a mainstream laptop's body. Packing an Nvidia GTX 1070 Max-Q GPU, this 4.2-pound powerhouse is dishing out frame rates you'd expect to see from a system twice its size. And with its lovely 15.6-inch, 1080p display, the Stealth Pro is just begging to be gamed on or to be connected to a HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift. However, before the Stealth Pro can take its rightful place in the gaming laptop pantheon, MSI will have to improve that janky touchpad design. Every time I see the Stealth Pro, the Knight Rider theme starts playing in my head, the real Knight Rider, not that horrible reboot. From the black brushed aluminum lid and sides to the gray felt-like material on the bottom, the laptop is just an exquisite badass. I'm a huge fan of the glossy dragon emblem in the top center of the lid with its varying red gradients. The red and black Stealth logo on the back reminds me of a supercar about to pull onto a straightaway. Opening the lid reveals a stately interior housing a full-size keyboard and a large, red chrome-lined touchpad. A blood red power indicator glows seductively from atop the keyboard deck amid the top-mounted heat vent. Along the right side of the Stealth Pro you'll find a USB 2.0 port, a Thunderbolt 3 port, full HDMI 2.0, a mini display port, the power jack and power button. Along the left is a trio of USB 3.0 ports, a 2-in-1 card reader, gigabit Ethernet, jacks for a hi-fi headset and microphone, and a secure lock slot. At 14.9 x 9.8 x 0.7 inches, the Stealth Pro is just a bit bigger but as light and thin as the 4.2-pound. 13.6 x 9.3 x 0.7-inch Razer Blade. The 14.9 x 10.3 x 0.7-inch Asus ROG Zephyrus is just a tad heavier at 5 pounds, while the Alienware 15.3 x 12 x 1 inches, is a heavyweight at 7.4 pounds. Display. Whether I was fending off a pack of roving wolves led by a bloodthirsty warg in Witcher 3 or watching Tiffany Haddish's ruby red lipstick pop against her brown skin, the Stealth Pro's 15.6-inch, 1920 x 1080 display delivered breathtaking color. My favorite moment in Witcher 3, the hunt, was watching the red-orange embers singe the warg's blood-mottled fur. When we tested the screen, we discovered that the panel can reproduce 166% of the sRGB color gamut, topping the 97% mainstream laptop average and accounting for that extra pop of color we saw in use. The hues on the Alienware 15, Blade and Zephyrus weren't as vibrant at 114% each. The Stealth Pro takes its biggest hit on the brightness test, averaging only 242 nits, falling short of the 268 nit category average. The Zephyrus was somewhat brighter at 253 nits, but the Blade and Alienware 15 both did better at 310 and 374 nits. Audio. Living up to the Stealth name, MSI has squirreled away a pair of speakers along the bottom front of the laptop. And despite their small size, they managed to fill my bedroom with the sultry sounds of Janet Jackson's Anytime, Anyplace. The vocals from this classic baby-making sonata were breathy and lilting against the delicate strum of guitar, crisp rainfall and finger snaps. However, when I switched over to Carlos Santana's Maria Maria, the bass wasn't as strong as I would have liked despite the 5 available settings in the Nahimic 2 software. Ultimately, I found that music delivered the best audio overall, but with settings for different game genres, role-play, racing, strategy and shooter, you'll definitely want to experiment. Speaking of games, when I played Witcher 3 the trumpets and strings were front and center without diminishing the clashing of swords during the many fight scenes. For those instances when the Witcher actually spoke, his gravelly voice had the necessary gravitas. For first-person shooter fans, Nahimic offers its Sound Tracker feature, which provides a visual cue when foes try to sneak up and get the drop on you. And for folks who want to broadcast their gameplay, there's HD Audio Recorder 2, which lets you map sound effects to the keyboard for quick access as you stream.